Hello, this is Alan, and I'm about to do something that's probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, which is to leave a review for the London Real Broadcast Yourself course. The reason this is difficult is because if I'm going to leave a review, I have to leave an honest review. I feel I have to leave a review. I would have just left feedback in the feedback forms, but a review has been, we've been blackmailed into it, to be honest, and a number of people have been unhappy with that, among other things, and I feel it's my duty. I owe it to myself, I owe it to my teammates, I owe it to those who have spoken up to stand beside them, I owe it to those who have been afraid to speak up, to stand up where they might have been afraid to, and I'm absolutely petrified to. Yeah, people feel that they've had their arms twisted and they've been blackmailed into having to leave a review, a positive review, in order to complete the course, to get access to a module which shows them how to turn their podcast into a business. And the notion of being taught to turn your podcast into a business is something that the course was sold upon that idea. I watched the webinar, Turn Your Podcast into a Six-Figure Business, and a number of people were very, very unhappy because they saw it too, and they were waiting for all the business modules, and then halfway through they got this message of, if you want to turn your podcast into a business, sign up for the Business Accelerator. And they were not happy. Some people were very, very unhappy. The negativity was massive. A lot of people just pretty much gave up on it then. I was also unhappy, and I also felt acutely the negativity of my teammates. The team is a very valuable positive force, but if you upset a lot of people, it's also a very powerful negative force. And a lot of people were upset and remain upset to this day. And I feel that I have to say something. So part of my review is to say that, yeah, there is a fair amount of marketing assistance information in this course, but it shouldn't be dependent upon having to leave what most people will think will have to be a positive review. And some of the marketing was misleading. I hope it wasn't deliberately so, but it was misleading, and a number of people feel that. So it's not just me. I feel terrible saying this. It's something I hate to do because I hate to be negative. I hate to criticise. I hate to have to stand up in this way because I'm scared shitless when I do this. But that's something, coming to the positive side of the course, that's something this course has made me do. It's made me stand up and speak where I was terrified. And also on the course I've spoken to a lot of amazing people who've reinforced that this world we are all connected, and I cannot cower in fear. I can't do that, and I'm very afraid to do this because I'm thinking, if I do this, I make powerful enemies at the very beginning of my podcasting career. It's not even begun. And I'm so scared to do that. Scared because of just the conditioning of life, but scared because in early childhood we have all these things that make us scared of authority. And then in 2005, nearly 13 years ago, I was in my early days as a singer. The agent I was working for was doing some things that I thought were unethical, and I did speak my mind, and I paid for it dearly. It cost me a lot of money, an immense amount of work, and it probably still affects me to this day. And it certainly has affected me on a human level, because it's made me afraid to speak my mind. And I think it's too important. I owe it to my own soul, and I owe it to the collective soul. I owe it to my teammates. After the Sunday night call in which it was discussed that we must leave a review, I woke up on Monday morning, and the only thoughts in my head was live in truth and serve creation. You have to leave an honest review. And so that's what I'm doing. I have found the course very beneficial in many ways. Like I say, it's helped me overcome and face and deal with a lot of fear. It's not going to go away unless I step into it. That's where the magic happens. You step into the fear, and that's where you get the real healing. It's made me do that, and that's wonderful. There's been an immense amount of pressure. The energy has been very, very, I'd call it very male and very aggressive and very unforgiving. And that's been beneficial. I think to make it better, I do think it could be balanced with a more nurturing energy as well. The way that the Olympics was set up, some of it was beneficial and made people get things done. For other people it broke them or pushed them to real stress. And again, I want to give feedback where my teammates have given feedback to me, and I think it's important I relay that just in case they haven't. Maybe they have, but if they haven't, so for example, I've been told that it needs to be more upfront how much work this is going to be, the intensity of it, because people are committing a lot of money. For some it's more than others, it's all relative to what you earn and what your outgoings are. But for some people they're taking an enormous risk because they want to change their lives. They're desperate to change their lives. They're quite vulnerable in that respect. And so it's important that A, things are advertised correctly, and B, that they're told just how much work it's going to be. Some people got through it because they were able to outsource and pay people to do their work. Others got through it by pushing themselves to the limits. Others went beyond their limits and cracked. And I just think, real honesty up front, because this is the internet age. In the internet age, everything's going to come out anyway. Everything gets out there. I say what I'm saying also for the benefit of London Real, because these are very, very important points. Very important indeed. Because it's your reputation at stake, and ultimately your sales and your profitability and your positive impact on the world are at stake. If people feel misled, if people feel let down, exploited, then that will impact upon your reputation. And I don't say that as a threat. I'm not someone who's going to go around on forums saying things, but if people ask me an honest question, I'll give them an honest reply, and people will spread the word. This is, like I say, it's the age of transparency. The old ways of doing things, I believe, are pretty much over. It's the past. Move on. We're one, we're a collective. We just do things honestly and transparently, and you will make plenty of profit. You will get the right people on the board, the right candidates on board, because you have something incredibly positive here. You're trying to change lives. You're trying to get us to broadcast, and you've done that. I've got 10 episodes in the can. I've faced so much fear. I've spoken to people in Peru and Canada and California and Australia. I put these episodes out there. I put sides of myself out there that I was afraid to put out there. So it's been enormously beneficial. You have something so positive So positive. There is no need to do those things that have upset a lot of people. It's totally unnecessary. It's just completely unnecessary. You don't need to do it. You're better than that. You really are. Now, you might be thinking, what the hell is he going on about? We didn't oversell anything. Well, then there's a communication problem, because a lot of people felt that something was oversold. And like I say it for your benefit, for their benefit, for my benefit, for the benefit of anyone else who's going to do this, who's thinking of doing this course in the future, or any of your courses. And I say it for the benefit of the collective consciousness. Because everything we do resonates out there. And if I was to be disingenuous and dishonest here, that would resonate out there. And if I'm honest here and face my fear here, that will resonate out there. So I just want to say I'm really grateful for the course. I have no regrets. I knew the risks going in because I smelt a rat. No, I got the feeling in my gut. And it's where you're coming from. You're coming from a very, very aggressive business banking background. There's a very corporate vibe to the whole thing. And yeah, so I've got real mixed emotions. I'm really pleased I did it. I have regrets about being duped to some extent. I'm sad for those people who weren't able to stay the course and who felt that they'd been misled. But I'm glad I met those people. I will stay in touch with those people. I'm glad I met the amazing people in my team. The ones who knowledge that I don't have, skills that I don't have, attitudes that I can learn from. So pleased for that. There's things I could have done better. I could have reached out for help more. I think I could have reached out to my team leader more. I think I could have spoken up about these issues a lot earlier. So real mixed emotions. I can't regret that I signed up for this course. I know that I will benefit from having done this course, that I have already benefited. I know that there's a lot of good in this course. And there's a lot of good in the intentions of Brian and all the team at London Real. So keep doing that good work. Just don't spoil it with the other stuff. You don't need it. Just let it go. Let it go. You're better than that. And that was one of the scariest things I've ever done. And it will be even scarier if I actually upload it.